What's up, watchers? Will here with a Monsterverse theory video, and today we're talking about the future of the monsters in the titular Monsterverse. Now, as previously established, Skull Island is the host to a variety of seemingly lesser kaiju species, all now under the watchful rule of one King Kong. And as we have seen throughout the franchise, the kaiju have made their presence more than well known on the planet. So, with all this in consideration, one has to wonder if Skull Island will take on a more familiar title post Godzilla vs. Kong. What I'm saying is, will we see Skull Island evolve into the more familiar Monster Island? Spoilers for Godzilla King of the Monsters, but at the end, when Godzilla re-established himself as the Titan Alpha, many of the other Titans around the globe not only converged to Hail to the King Baby, but many also began to go to Skull Island as well, which was beginning to develop what was described as seismic instability. Monarch is also keeping a close watch on the island, which I would too if a swarm of mountain-sized hybrid animals all began going to the same place at the same time. Now, Monster Island has appeared in various capacities throughout the franchise as a dream, a containment area, and just a general inhabited island for the world's monsters. Heck, even Zilla had his own version in Godzilla the series during the Monster Wars arc. So, if it seems like a bunch of the Titans and Kaiju are converging to both Godzilla and Kong at the same time, we'll get to see where this leaves the island, which may not be able to contain the sheer volume of all these prehistoric beasts. Keeping that in mind, I have a couple theories about where this could take us further later on in the franchise. Monarch is already monitoring the island, and with the technology of the Orca could actually use that as a way to either create their own call or use one similar to Godzilla in order to draw them all towards the island as almost some sort of monitoring hub or like an animal sanctuary. The problem with that is the ethical and natural considerations given the fact that we are to assume humans still live there as we saw in the 70s, worshipping Kong to this day, as well as the Titans already working to heal the ecosystem. Would drawing them away from the more accustomed environments that they hold have a negative side effect on the rest of the planet? The next theory would be that in the film, or after, we end up with some sort of monster factions. It appears that Godzilla and Kong have had long-term beef that goes back to the cave days. So, could Godzilla be making a move on Kong as an alpha to claim a new territory? And could we potentially get a turf war scenario where the monsters have to actually pick a faction? As much as most of the other Titans revere Godzilla as the alpha, Kong is one who certainly ignored the call and decided to mind his business on his island. More than likely, he isn't the only kaiju or Titan that's probably thinking that. So, it may stand to reason that Skull Island becomes Monster Island as more of a battleground. Monsters either siding with Kong, or siding with Godzilla. And when the two meet, it isn't just a battle, it is a war. And we would get to see the two unique warring factions go at it. However, I am a little more doubtful of this playing out only because of the effects that would be required, and it may prove difficult story-wise to explain how we wound up with Monsterverse Civil War. But still, interspecies rivalries aren't uncommon in the animal kingdom, so it could stand to reason that future Monster Island is just a coincidentally well-sized and open area for all the kaiju to throw hands, paws, claws, and whatever other appendages that they may have. But, what do you think? Do you think Skull Island will evolve into a new home for monsters post-Godzilla vs. Kong? Let me know your thoughts about this down in the comments below. Also, don't forget to like, comment, share, and subscribe to HN Entertainment, and I will see you next time.